Well, there was some good stuff. I'm John Renton with my review of AEW Dark. 14 matches, 94 minutes, combined with last night's AEW Dark Elevation at just under 90 minutes, 3 hours of YouTube programming, 2-hour Dynamite. Keep that formula going forward. No 2 to nearly 3-hour editions of Elevation and Dark. Seriously, couple featured bouts, and smash the right people over, contracted talents. If you want to give an indie talent you want to sign a shocking win, there you go. That could spice things up. Some nice video packages. They did a great one on Layla Hirsch last night. Even do a few on Dark, because then we can have a reason to really care. And just juice things up with some backstage interviews and stuff like that. And that way you can build some stuff. And that way you don't overstay your goddamn welcome. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I look forward to them doing 2-hour editions starting next week or within the next couple weeks, because sometimes they just can't help themselves. Excalibur and Taz are a good commentary duo. I just wish sometimes, even if it's with a talent that's kind of low level, that's contracted to AEW and indie talent that they brought in a couple times, if they're just going to keep yucking it up and joking around so goddamn much to the point that it takes me out of the match, then why the fuck would I want to see any of these people again? I understand having fun, but there is such a thing as being able to pull back a little bit. So anyway, Fuego del Sol and D3 versus the Acclaim. The Acclaim, well, Max Caster does his usual rapping. Bowens, it's great to see him back in the ring. Not bad. I don't mind Del Sol. D3, I really haven't seen anything where I'm like impressed or unimpressed with him. And Acclaim to Fame, 1, 2, 3. I don't know why Max Caster has taken to kissing the hands of his opponents and rubbing the thighs of Fuego del Sol. Whatever, not here to kink shame. We are all getting vaccinated. Hopefully you're getting vaccinated soon. So it is what it is. And Caster is a great heel, and I like him and Bowens as a team. So Cyto Brothers took on David Ali and Aaron Fry. It was all right. Ali has some good size. Aaron Fry, haven't seen too much of him, but he's not bad. A lot of double teaming and double lightning spiral, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Ali and Aaron did get in some shots. So Dante Martin versus Andrew Palace. So Darius, his brother, because they're twins. well, they're not. Okay, they're not necessarily twins, but they practically could be. He's out for a while with an ACL injury, so Dante is going at it alone. And I think Dante is actually the younger of the two. His flippy shit, Andrew's being very weird. I don't really know what he was trying to do there, but it was what it was. 450, 1, 2, 3. There you go. Varsity Blondes, Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison versus Duke Davis and Gannon Jones. No, don't put me in the book. It burns. Wait, wrong Gannon. Also, wrong Zelda game to reference. Good God, that freaking game, the CDI games. Interesting. I actually think that Davis and Jones should be brought back. I like their look. I like, obviously, they're good. They're a team. They've worked on the indies because they had matching gear. I wouldn't mind seeing them again. Griff Garrison's impressed me. Pillman Jr., he really is a lot more like his dad every time I see him in the ring. I look forward to seeing the dark side of the ring with Brian Pillman Jr., 2-hour edition. Wonder if they're going to mention what his widow did with all the goddamn money. But anyway, Davis and Jones do have something, but a weird bomb variation off the top, 1, 2, 3. And Marty Casus, I assume. Marty the Moth from Lucha Underground took on Brian Cage, who was also from Lucha Underground. Hook is in Brian Cage's corner. Why did Shivani say it like that? So yeah, Lucha Underground reunion here is big men slapping together. Marty nearly laying on his head from a German suplex. He does a dive, and I guess that's what he's been up to. This was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. Drill Claw, 1, 2, 3. Mr. Get My Shit In. Brian Cage is a fine athlete. I don't know. I've never been that impressed with Brian Cage, but I do see why some people do like him. He can do some cool shit, and Marty can do some cool shit. I think it went on a couple minutes too long, but it was what it was. Then Matt's with his group. Allie yells about Darby hurting the Butcher's hand, and Matt says that he hates the Dark Order and they will end them about that. I'm also keeping criticism of Matt aside for now, because he's still dealing with his dad passing away. I'll probably resume that here in a bit, maybe around the pay-per-view, like in May. But for now, I don't think it's fair because the guy's in mourning. I mean, him and Jeff lost their father. That's a terrible thing. Still not a fan of the group. It is what it is. Layla Hirsch versus Renee Michelle. Layla is very good. Renee yells a lot, and she nearly landed on her goddamn head trying to do a moonsault. And Renee's not a bad athlete, but Layla Hirsch was a star here. Got the armbar for the win. Lance Archer versus Jake St. Patrick. While another Jake, Roberts, is on commentary. He talks about how everybody should stop lying to their kids about how everything's going to be all right. Jeez, Jake, we know you had a fucked up childhood and fucked up teenagehood and fucked up adulthood that you kind of fucked up on your own. But anyway, Maybe just be a little, I would say be a little less dark, but with a voice like that, he can't help but be anything except dark. Chokeslam on the ramp, and the music keeps playing, and Archer just basically destroys him and hits a weird winding slam 1, 2, 3. I like Lance Archer. Dark Order members Uno, Grayson, and I believe 10 were talking backstage. Not the biggest fan of the Dark Order, but they talk about Matt's group and beating him. Rochelle Rose versus Diamante. Diamante, not good. Not good in the ring. She's better than Ivelisse. She seems to have better attitude than Ivelisse. Then again, I think I've shat things out that had a better attitude than Ivelisse. I've worked with people that, had lobotomies that had better attitude than Ivelisse. But anyway, Diamante and this Miss Rose is okay. Code Red 1, 2, 3. Hey, you know what? They bring Miss Rose back, and if she's able to showcase something good, I didn't hate it. I just didn't care about it. Lee Johnson versus Will Allday. So, Lee Johnson is part of the Nightmare family. He's happy to be part of the Nightmare family. Cody proving that he's inclusive. And so it's fine. Both can work. Allday's actually, he got some shots in. And Fisherman Neckbreaker, Yushigoroshi, 1, 2, 3. And then QT shows up. And then the Factory shows up after Dustin shows up at the bull rope. We're getting a bull rope match between him and QT. Probably at the pay-per-view. Meaning they'll probably have it the week before the pay-per-view because they just can't help the hot-shotting. I don't care about this feud. It's nothing against the talent involved. I just don't care about the feud. I think it's stupid. Penelope with Kip versus Ashley D'Ambrose. Ashley, I almost call her Ashley D'Ambrose. Well, I will say that Ashley has a very, Ashley certainly has a good look, and I like Penelope, and she had a nice fisherman suplex 1, 2, 3. Match was okay, wasn't great, but it's good to see Penelope back in the ring. Bring Ashley back, and let's see what else she can do. Colt versus Cole Carter. Superman pin like a minute. Kylan King versus Danny Jordan. Yes, I have this shirt because I love Danny Jordan. First time I saw her was on NWA's A Circle Squared sometime last year. And I was like, she's a fan of Mean Girls. She's the real Mean Girl. She has a Mean Girl gimmick. She has a burn book. And yes, please, all of this on my screen. I love this. I love this gimmick. I love her, and I can't wait to see what else she does in the future. And she's more than young enough to get even better. She's already got the charisma down. She's got the in-ring work. She's really put in the work as far as getting better. And she has done some really, really good shit. Been very impressed with what she's done. I think she had an injury at one point and got herself in really, really good shape. And I'm not knocking her. I'm just saying she put in the work and she has improved. And her and Kylan King had a really good match here. This would have belonged on Dynamite, in my opinion. I'm glad it got some time on Dark. I think it really would have gotten its time cut down on Dynamite. But they put in the work, some nice pace. And Danny had, really, really good personality displayed on DDT off the ropes. And some really good exchanges. I hope that Danny Jordan gets signed by AEW, or at least I hope she gets more work out of this as indies come back. Hell, she's on one of the indie shows that, one of the indie promotions, when they start back up here, I'm gonna do the meet and greet thing and just say, hey, goddamn love the goddamn gimmick. And seriously, she's got like 20 fucking years to do this stuff. She really is a star, and I love Kylan King. I think Kylan King is phenomenal as well. Both are in the beginning of their career and have this much potential. Can't wait to see them shine further. Kingdom Falls 1, 2, 3. Kylan King gets a victory in a nice little match. SCU versus Liam Gray and Adrian Alanis. I like SCU. Best Meltzer ever, 1, 2, 3. Uno, Grayson, and 10 versus Private Party and Blade with Matt and Allie. And I was totally not distracted by Allie skipping around the ring. How dare you accuse me of such a thing? It's hard not to be distracted by Allie. She has a great personality. Seriously, she does. Great personality. She actually, really has that cool, bitchy persona about her. Not really all that great in the ring, but she's got a good personality. And I didn't care about the match, unfortunately. I don't care about this feud. There's another feud. It's kind of like the Factory family thing. I just don't care. Ref kicks out Matt and Allie. I got sloppy at the end. Full Nelson on Blade, and Blade taps out. Bit shocking. Thought 10 would have gotten the loss there, but you know what? All right, Dark Order gets a victory. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.